Hola, mi gente. Joe Barreto back with you at the Credit Card Connection. I'm so glad you can join me. Full transparency here. It's been 5 months since I opened up my last credit card. And I promised myself, and I told many of you on different videos, that I was going to hold off until I get my new car later this spring in about 2 months. And I'm doing what they call in this space gardening, or as I call it, grazing, which means I'm just waiting, biding my time. I already did all the business cards, so there's no other business cards I want to apply for now. But there is a card that's been that I've been dying to get, and I've held off getting because it's missing a key part of what I'm looking for. And no, it's not one of the premium cards from Chase or American Express or even Capital One, soon to be Discover One. But it's a card that a lot of people that have it like it. It's not expensive at all to have, but that one thing that is lacking is making me difficult to go and pull the trigger and open up the card. Now, if that sounds good to you, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe. I'm getting there to 3,000 subscribers, mi gente. I need your help to push me over the line. So do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe. It does help the channel. So the card I'm talking about is from Wells Fargo, and it's the Wells Fargo autograph card. Now, why the Wells Fargo autograph card? It has great multipliers of 3 times across the board. It's a strong card to have in your arsenal. There are a lot of other creators out there that have the card. And, you know, the one issue that they've had is that there's no transfer partners, even though you get points or miles, however you want to put it. Like right now, I believe the offer is 20,000 points or miles for their card if you sign up. And it's zero interest, 15 months, all the good stuff. They give you 3 points on dining, on subscriptions, on other things. And it's a wide variety of categories that it gives it to you on. So it's a strong card. But not having transfer partners is that one thing that really gets to me, let alone the history that Wells Fargo has the last couple of years. And when you're on the news, it's either for something great or for something not so great. And in their case, it's been not so great the last couple of years. So what I decided to do was, like I do now recently, it seems, get in my car, go to my local Wells Fargo branch, and just ask, what's going on? Why haven't a partner has been announced? Where are they? Just questions that I can't find online. So everything else is speculation. So I decided to ask at the Fairmont branch in Hackensack, and the manager there, the branch manager is Eliana Santos, and she was kind enough to meet with me, even though I don't have any open Wells accounts. I don't even have a checking or a savings. I never have. My dad used to, but not me. But she was kind enough to sit with me. And before I even sat down with her, I saw her interactions with other people, and I liked what I saw. I base a lot of what I kind of push people to do or to advise them to do based on how I see people get treated and things like that. And the people that were in there doing business were very happy at the branch. So as I waited my turn, I saw the interactions. She was speaking with the people in their language, which was Spanish. And, I could tell the people that came out of there were very satisfied with the information and the dealings that they got there. So when I sat with Ileana, she said, okay, why are you here? I said, well, I want to open up the new credit card. I don't want to open it up online because, you're missing this key component, which is transfer partners. So she says, yeah, the transfer partners, right? I said, well, do you know when it's going to open? Do you know? Because I said, it seems like it was supposed to be the summer, then the fall, then late winter. And now speculation is March. So she says, before I even tell you why it hasn't been announced, I'm going to go into what we're doing now currently to, make this a better experience at Wells. So I was kind of surprised that she was really quick and open with me to give me what she knows or feels is happening and coming up for Wells. So the first thing was this. She said, you know, you know our history. She said, I could tell you've done your research. And I said, yeah, I know some of it. So she said, look, if you look through our card catalog now, the offerings that we have for people, we're very limited. We have the Wells Active Cash, the Wells Autograph, and the Reflect card. And then I said, well, what's your starter card? What's your secure card? She goes, we don't carry that anymore, which I found odd, right? I said, you don't have a starter or a first level card? She said, no. And I said, yeah. And I was looking to see even for a business card if I can open one up for my business. And she says, we don't have that either. So then I looked and I said, oh my God, you're right. There's like 3 cards on this page. And then on the business, it says coming soon. So she said, there's a reason for all of this, and I'm going to explain it to you. So I said, okay, bet. So I was all happy. I had I'm not even kidding, guys, so that you can see I took my notes and I was ready just to take the notes and listen. And she said, look, Wells decided to pivot from pushing out new products just to keep up with everybody else and instead focus on the biggest issue we've had, which has been customer service. And I said, okay. She said, yeah. She goes, if you look, we've, since 2019, every year there's been something that's come up that has kind of put bad press in the forefront and our offers to customers in the back. So she said, our focus right now was to limit the amount of cards and services we offer on that side of the business and focus on customer service. Now, let me backtrack a second. When I walked into this Wells bank, it looked nice on the outside. And inside, I noticed there was a lot of construction going on. They even closed the drive-through part of Wells. And I told her, what's going on here? She goes, this is part of what I was telling you. It's the customer service. We're revamping the physical building, the inside offices. We're putting in new messaging, new floors, new drive-through to make it easier. She goes, we're trying to enhance that customer service part because that's what we really lack. I gave her credit. I said, look, for you to sit here, you just met me. I don't have an account with you. And you're telling me this. I appreciate it. She goes, well, look, I'm just being real honest with you. She said, we have to keep that as our focus. And that is why we pushed back and kept pushing back the rollout of the transfer partners with the autograph card. And we haven't rolled out the Journey card. So I was like, okay, great. She even mentioned Journey now, so I'm happy. So, as she's telling me this and that the focus has pivoted, she went over. She said, and I'm going to read this right off what she said, 2020, creating savings and checking accounts for people, that didn't know that was happening. So they were current account holders. They were just opening up checking and savings account. And people had no idea this was going on until they got a notification or a letter that they had a new checking or savings account. 2021, they overcharged small businesses with foreign exchange fees. 2022, they owed $2 billion in refunds to 16 million people for illegal fees on auto and mortgage loans. And just last year, they were last summer in 2023 on the hook again because some of their bankers and workers were messaging each other privately. And I guess that's illegal for, to conduct business. So you see, there's just a list of mess ups on their part that now I guess they're really just taking ownership of, and they want to correct all of this before they move on into another product for people, or before they roll something out. They need to make sure that everything up front that they have is in that in-house is working well before you roll out new products, and then you're just left with answering questions that you don't know the answers to. So she said, Mr. Barreto, this is why we haven't done it. It's a great product. If you were to open it right now, I would suggest you open it. It's a great product, but we don't have those transfer partners. And I said, well, when are you looking to open that? When? I said, do you know? She goes, for now. She goes, and I'm being real honest with you. And she turned her screen around to me and she said, I've got nothing. What the last thing I was told at a meeting that we had in the region was middle of March to look out for new um, products coming out. The rollout should begin then. And she said, and that's when we should also know what partners we have for airlines and hotels. She said, but right now, what you see is what you get. She goes, the same is going to be with the business cards. Our plan is to roll out a business card version of the autograph and one of the new Journey card. And then I said, okay, so you got the businesses covered. You have the personal side covered. I said, but now what about, I said, I'm here also because I have a lot of people asking me questions about different issuers, how to get cards, secured cards, starter cards, and so on. I said, what do you have for people that are new either to the country or new, have new, new to credit, new college grads and whatever. So she said, look, right now, the secured card we did have, we took off. And when the time comes, that'll be towards the end of whatever we roll out. But we will come out with a new product for starters. We'll have a new product that we're going to roll out for a secured card. And she said, but first, we need to make sure that the products that we have now can be sustained, that they work for our customers. But first and foremost, we need to make sure that the customers trust us, and that they know that they can come here and not worry that something is going to go wrong with their accounts, or any issues with people accessing it, or things being done to their accounts that they weren't even aware of. So I found going again in person to be really revealing, and knowing that one of the reasons why they kept, as I even told her, kicking the can down the road, and we're waiting and waiting, but it wasn't because they were doing it purposefully or because they weren't sure of how, they know what they're doing, but I guess they need the time. Because if you look back, it's now over 4 years, going on 5, where a lot of their issues have come up. And with a lot of other banking options out there, I can see why they're really now trying to pivot and focus on the customer service side, get that situated, and then people will come out and look for their products, such as the Active Cash, which is a great cash card, the Autograph, which is the one that I really want. I'm going to hold out for that one, and then the Journey, which I guess would be their premium card. And as a small business owner, I would look for whatever small business cards they have to offer and see what perks or what partners or, what terms are offered on that. So I say all of this again, like I said, the last one for Chase and the one before that on Amex, is that sometimes we're better off if we don't know something. You could look online till you're blind and you can't see anymore and everything is blurry. But sometimes you just have to really go and seek out the answer yourself. And in this case, is get in the car, go to the bank, and find out what's going on. And I really give Miss Ileana Santos credit for sitting with me as that branch's manager. And she's been in the game for 13 years. And she says she was put there to help create this better customer service experience, because she was at other locations where she was able to fix them, set them up, and then they moved her. So this is one of her biggest branches. And actually, here where we live in Bergen County, Bergen County has sections and pockets where, there's wealth. So a lot of people rely on this particular branch and this physical bank. And she's put in charge of getting that together. So I see Wells going in a good direction. I see Wells finally admitting to their mistakes. And I see Wells as a player in the future. And I even said this before this merger, that as of today, I think is going to, still has to go through the regulations and the feds and stuff. But with Discover and Capital One, I still see Wells as a really big force in being able to offer these products, because they have a lot of people in their camp already with auto loans, with mortgages. So if you have that base already, 16 million was the last count that they have here in 2022, just for those particular parts of banking. You can imagine how much they can really do in product services for credit cards and so on. So, mi gente, I hope this information that I brought you today is helpful. Hopefully, it clears up things for you if you're deciding to apply for a Wells product, either the active cash, the autograph, or soon to be journey, or small businesses. And, again, I want to just give thanks to Eliana Santos for giving me the time here at the Fairmont branch in Hackensack to speak with me. But as always, mi gente, I thank you for watching. And more than anything else, I thank you for giving me the privilege of your time. Until next time, take care.